Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. We're playing our Argonian Whispers in Shadow. Our primary skills are archery. 100%, that's mastered. You can only have one mastered skill per character. My short blade is capped at 95. My critical strike is 10 points away from cap as well. Those are all agility skills. My agility is 90. My major skills are lockpicking, pickpocket, streetwise. And notice that lockpicking is required for advancement in the Archaeologist Guild, among other things. Minor skills, stealth and mercantile. Mercantile is why I always buy and sell things. Restoration is for restoring my stamina. Mysticism is for teleporting. Thaumaturgy is for levitating. And illusion is just so I can produce candles and really no other reason. And that's about it. We are actually heading home. And it's going to take a bit for us to get home. We're actually going to travel through the night. I'm going to give it a try. Because it's been very, very hot lately. So we're going to unequip this first cloak. Have a look, yeah. Okay, so it's still too hot for us to really... I'll just be a naked Argonian, after all. Yes, we do not feel the need to make any adjustments. Nudity is best. I seriously wanted to get cool soon, but we gotta head up here. So our goal is to head over to Sentinel. We're right here. We need to get over here to the city of Tasso Parrot. That's 8-day journey, in theory. So there we go. The Black Badger Pub is our destination right now. And that's about it, really. There's someone relaxed in the long grass that doesn't exist. Oh, so we got some hunters here. Nice. And there's a bear! And of course, the hunters and the bear don't... The hunters don't bother the bear doesn't bother the hunters. Doesn't matter. They're like, oh, yeah, you can have the bear. So, the hunter took the bear for 155 gold. And we'll continue on our journey. Don't know which hunter it was. But, you know how it is. Alright. Still looking. Yeah. How far away are we anyway? I forgot. I didn't pay attention. 2 hours. No problem. We just need to keep an eye on this in case we start freezing. Like the temperature can plummet suddenly in the desert. It has a tendency to do that. Whew. Okay. It's a hot day today. But we shouldn't really care too much. Oh, by the way, there is a new game which today, I think we just found a dungeon. We're gonna proceed with caution, stop here, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're losing too much heat now. So it's actually too cold. God, that metal will leach the warmth from my skin if I don't actually wear clothing. There we go. Let's check out this dungeon that I just came across. Ruins of Thrid Hall. We'll go check it out. No reason not to. I mean, it seems like this is an ancient dungeon here. Oh, I know this module automatically. Let's save it under Dungon 0. And we can have some exploration here. Just a second, we'll let my magic regenerate. Okay, if there's anything else I want to do. Good to go. I can probably just adjust the game there. Yes. According to the people I know, the demo is extremely well polished. Keeping in mind it is intentionally a sprite-based game like Daggerfall. Whoa, that's a Daedra Lord. Okay, we need to put our Khajiit suit on. That absorbs magic. Then we need to equip a full set of armor if we're going to be able to fight the Daedra Lord. And probably an extra cloak. Here we go. So. There we go. Ooh, alright, we're going to eat a fish here. And we're going to resume. Gotta fight this Daedra Lord. We are losing too much heat. Of course we are. But we should be fine now. We have a good amount of spell absorption and plenty of supplies. We just need to be able to fight this Daedra Lord. Damn, he is quite tanky. Quite tanky. Ow. Ow, never mind. Never mind, I'm gonna back off for a second. Oh yeah, I don't have any functional bows, do I? They all broke. Well, let's use some bandages. And a potion of orc strength. And a potion of healing. Good. So, let's try this again. Good. You have to pay attention now. Hold on. Yeah, this guy's kicking our ass. Meaner monsters make stronger Daedra Lords. Oh boy, is he stronger. Potion of healing. We're going to hit him with a force bolt. Hopefully, by the power of RK, he will be purged. He was not purged, so let's try again. Yes! Purge the Daedra. Take his money. Okay. That's a Daedra Lord. They have a tendency to go, ha, 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 and they sling a ton of spells at you. It's why I put on this Khajiit suit, because it gives me spell absorption. Alright. Put that away. Very good. Not hungry enough for fish at the moment. Pretty sure this dungeon's... No, that's a Daedra Seducer. See the naked woman who's floating around and her boobs are flopping up and down? No, we're leaving. Goodbye. Yeah, we're out of here. That was frightening. Terrible. I'm glad I discovered this dungeon, came across it randomly, but we need to get home. That's just flat out. We need to get back to our place. We have no bows. We're running low on daggers. This dagger's broken, actually. How's this one doing? Battered. This one's gonna break soon, and we got a new one here, and we've got a handful in our cart, but that's about it. We're warm now. Getting too hot out. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. We just didn't need any cloaks. That's fine. Alright. Should be fine now. Let's continue our journey north to the Black Badger pub. Probably buy a meal there. Yes. We're heading to Tasso Parrot. It's just going to take a while. That's all. Interrupt our journey for Harpies. Yes. Yeah, we're on our way to Tasso Parrot. It's going to take a while. But, you know. Ultima Underworld? That's a game I have difficulty with, to be honest. I like it. I like it a lot, but, here. You thought yours couldn't handle Daggerfall? Well, first of all, don't install any graphics mods. That's first of all. For Daggerfall Unity, I mean. Don't install any graphics mods. Secondly, put it into windowed mode. And thirdly, run it in retro rendering mode. It'll, like, have the resolution and make it all pixelated like the vanilla game. Yeah. And, but no, Ultima Underworld's a game I have always had trouble with, even when it was new. It's just something that, you know, after you beat it the first time, I just couldn't get the motivation to play it again. And every time I looked at it, I said, I really wish one of these fan-made engines for Ultima Underworld was actually finished, but none of them are. They're all in various states of playable, but not anywhere near finished. I mean, Daggerfall Unity is, let's be honest, almost a complete product here. Let's see. Apparently today's the Merchants Festival. So, yep. Okay, well, that looks good. So, it's the Merchants Festival. Good, good, good. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a computer that's really gaming capable, you know, modern gaming capable, then Daggerfall Unity probably isn't going to run. All right, let's see here. We're going to head on up. It's, how do I put this? If you're, Momoko, thanks for subscribing. I was going to say that I know I have a tendency to look at like people who develop for older games, and they have a tendency to develop for older games because Phantom Hunter, thanks for subscribing, for the cheer, I mean. Oof. I was gonna say that people who develop mods and content for older games have a tendency to also have older and lower powered computers. I know that a lot of Linux development is also powered by potatoes. And you know, you get higher end hardware, and some distributions of Linux have trouble with the higher end hardware because, not mine, mind you, but yeah, it's, there we go. Oh, we got travelers. We're going to ignore them. Have to continue. Now, let's see here. He recently upgraded from a potato to a toaster. Going to a microwave next year. I mean, I've got a toaster right here. It's not actually a computer. It's a dock that holds these two old mechanical hard drives. And the idea is that I only run SSDs inside my PC now. So the old mechanical hard drives sit in this little dock, and I just plug them in whenever I want to access them. I plug them into my computer. But yeah, my toaster is a peripheral. Let's put it like that. Alright, I am apparently overheating. Yes, I'm overheating. Great. Let's take care of that. And when I say take care of that, I mean just strip naked. That's really what I mean. Just wear shoes. Alright, let's see. What else? You didn't give up and your new PC is set up. That's good to hear. That is really good to hear. Eating a couple salted fish and continuing my journey. I think it's the middle of the night, so we probably can't do any shopping. No, it's actually early morning. Wait, 24. Gotta wait an hour. There we go. Yes, this is actually... I'm gonna loiter for 1 hour. And now all of the general stores should be open. There's 3 general stores here. I don't know what stores these are, but let's go over to the 3 general stores right now. But yeah. So when it comes to running things like Daggerfall Unity on a lower end computer, yeah, you pretty much just want to lower the resolution, throw it into windowed mode, and use retro rendering mode, which will have the internal resolution in order to make it look extra pixelated, because that's the way the vanilla game looked. Kind of funny, but like retro rendering mode will give it the graphics style of the original, and at least as close as it can get. And you should be able to play with some of the enhancement mods, like let's just say if you want the survival mod, you could use that, or I'm blanking on the immersion mod, what it was called. I'm just taking a moment. Hold on. Something realism, maybe? Roleplay and realism mod. That's what it's called. Yeah, roleplay and realism. Alright, we're going to sell some stuff to him. Just any trash we have. We actually have no trash to sell him, oddly enough. That is unfortunate. Yes. Yours runs fine until you enter an inn and the frame rate craps out. Oh. Right. If you're using the Tavern Overhaul, the frame rate really does just drop like a rock, even on mine. And it's not hardware dependent because I have a hardware monitor up, system monitor up, and I can confirm that yes. Oh, you're naked, spare me, pretty much. Yes. Exactly. I'm going shopping naked. It's too hot. Naked Argonian just walks in. Wait, is that a Daedric bow? A short bow. I need it. How much do you want to charge me? Want to charge me 10,000? Well, considering I have 173,000, let's do it. So I've negotiated it down to 6,000. Sure. Got ourselves a Daedric short bow, so we can plunk things easily. Now let's see here. You're almost sure the frame rate problem was due to shadows? Interesting. Let's see here. Sorry. What I was getting at was there is a software issue with Daggerfall Unity and taverns with the Tavern Overhaul mod. At least it appears that way, because I'm looking at my system monitor and my graphics card, my RAM, and my video card are all pretty much, nowhere near maxing out, and yet I am receiving quite a bit of whatchamacallit. Oh, we got bandits. We're gonna say bandits and tigers, apparently. Bandits, Spriggans, and tigers on mine. Killed the Spriggans instantly. It's fine. The Daedric shortbow seems to be working. Alright. I know you can reduce the shadow resolution as well. Like, there's a lot of options in the launcher for reducing or changing graphics settings. I'm pretty sure you can mess with the resolution. If that's not an option, that'd be kind of weird, to be honest. I'll have to check. Yep. Good. We're getting them bit by bit. Gonna plunk them here. But yeah, graphics, RAM, and CPU. That's what I meant to say. I got distracted. I'm constantly being distracted by the playing of the video game. Yes. Having to fight bandits and manage my overall heat because I'm gonna die. It'll be fine. Ooh, Mithril Shortsword. We'll be taking that. Grab my arrows. Yes. There we go. Continuing. Yeah, zombies are easier with the Meaner Monsters mod, actually. Kind of funny. Skeletons are a bit harder, though. But, yeah. Let's see. We're gonna continue on. Take a moment to have a fish. And an orange. Yes. Well, I mean, if I was the Dragonborn, I'd have the powers from the movie. You know, not the actual... not the actual book, but, you know, the movie where they use the sonic generators. Come to think of it, Dune 2000 also uses sonic generators. Like, they actually have sonic tanks. Yeah. See here. Right. Progress didn't save during travel. We might get hungry again soon. Eat a damn fish before you get hungry. And then have a look at our water skins. Suspect we've drained one. Let's type in the word water. Yes. Grab 2 more. Let's continue. Ooh. Well, I mean, Elder Kings is by far the best and most fleshed out mod I've played for, that's Elder Scrolls related. Alright, hostile encounter, try to avoid, failed to avoid. Oh, Wingling Ding Dragon. Run, run, run. Okay. Salted fish specifically decay the slowest. That's pretty much it. Like strength potion, stamina potion. Oh, it's flying away. Nice. What are my thoughts on a cinematic trailer of a game where everyone's like, they're gonna take on Bethesda? I don't care. I mean, if it'll be good, maybe we'll try it. God damn it, dragon! We got him! The heat is slowing you... I know the heat is slowing me down. Okay, we got him again. Damn. Here we go. It's over, dragon. I have the high ground. As it goes back and forth. Yes! 3 hits. Yeah, I know I'm overheating. It's fine. Every time he moves slightly to the side when I shoot, that means he's his dodge skill is kicking in and basically avoiding the arrow there. Come on. Going, 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 going. All right. Get this done right. Got my orc strength potions running out. All right. Are people the Outer Worldsing over Avowed? That's cute. I mean, to be honest, the only people who will destroy the Elder Scrolls are Bethesda themselves. I'm serious. And based on what they've done to Fallout, how much they've damaged the Fallout brand, since, well, not really. Fallout 4 was the best release ever, but like Fallout 76, obviously, did huge amounts of damage to the brand. Mostly because of all the fuck-ups surrounding it, not the game itself. The game is... it's not a No Man's Sky situation. Oddly enough, Sea of Thieves is a No Man's Sky situation. I played for 7 hours the day before yesterday, and I loved it. Loved it to death. Thanks, Phantom. Let's see. You weren't a fan of the Outer Worlds? I like the Outer Worlds. I like it. I don't love it. I wasn't hugely impressed by it, but I liked it. God damn. Ow, ow, ow. This thing's nearly killed me. We're gonna have to use... do I not have a healing torque? My healing torque must have broken. Togo Lightning. Yes! We got it. Yes, well, I played with 4 people in a galleon, and then we transitioned to 3 when 1 left. And we kind of dominated even more with 3 than we did with the 4. I definitely wouldn't play Sea of Thieves solo. There were always dragons in this game. Look over here. See the dragon-ish skill? It's 9. So I have 9% dragonish skill. Always been dragons. What are you talking about? Okay, we are overheating massively, though. Oof. Need to cover up with a casual cloak. We're overheating way too much. There we go. That should do it. The sun's off of us now. How far away is the nearest town? What, 3 hours? Yeah. Good. Mm-hmm. Okay. Gonna take a moment. Yeah. Gonna take a moment here. Purification. And stamina. There we go. Interrupt your journey. Tigers. Gotta get into a knife fight with some tigers. Well. Want to play Sea of Thieves with me, then, you know, my Discord server is where I usually talk about stuff like that, but, send me a private message on Discord, and I'll try to invite you the next time. I just need to remember what your, oh, hold on a second. 2, 3. Anyway. Yeah, we gotta continue the journey. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. We're in a not-so-good situation here. We're good. Let's go. But yeah, I pretty much exclusively use Discord as for online communication. I'm not reliably reachable on either Steam or you know, Microsoft's Xbox service. Yeah, all right. We have to take a moment and set up camp. We gotta rest for a couple hours. We're in a not-so-great situation. Camping kit. Gotta love that campfire. Yeah, we'll rest for 2 hours. Might as well do 2 more hours, yeah. There we go. Okay, we're going to pack up our camp. Alright, so you obviously don't know, but in vanilla Daggerfall, unmodded Daggerfall, there is a form of travel that some people don't know about. It's actually, in the vanilla game specifically, it's, how do I best put this? It's very easy to understand.
So even though the world is huge, you can select anywhere you know about on the map and instantly fast travel there. This gets you right to the fun. Fast travel. Fast.
That's how the vanilla game works. You could say that my mod is actually slowing down the travel, not speeding it up. Not my mod per se, but it's the mod I'm using, because you're like, not a mod speeding up the travel? Like, no. It's called tedious travel. And it definitely is not speeding up the travel. Alright, here we go. This is, it's still bargain day. We're gonna see if we can buy things cheap. Let's see here. How much do you want for this Daedra hammer? 21,000? I can get it for 13. Let's buy it and resell it later. Also give me a fish. Alright, Daedric shortbow, we'll buy another one of those. 6,000. Very good, very good. Ooh. Right. Nothing here. Stop. Still looking. We're shopping. We're shopping. Ah, Daedric Flail. You cannot carry any more stuff. Oh no. I must put things away in my wagon, which is almost full. My wagon is almost full, though. Kind of a big deal. Let's see. Probably going to regret this. Alright, let's buy this flail. They want to charge me 16,000. I can get it for 10,000. That's fine. I'll end up selling these later. These Daedric items. Very good. Daedric Tonto 2,000, sure. This is fine. Okay. Now then, need to move and going south. Yes, we're going south. Is it really south? No, we're actually going north, but I need to go to a tavern first. And one of these two taverns will do it. Just need to refill all the water in my inventory. Yeah, I'm taking a sip from my water skin. No one actually knows that I'm just hiding under a cloak, naked. Important stuff. Alright. Very unlikely that they will ever create custom appearances for different weapon types. Or like Daedric versus Ebony. That's way too complicated. They'd have to draw brand new sprites from scratch for each one. Like, they could do that, I suppose, but there we go. We are going to now grab some stew. Notice that we're invigorated by the meal now. So we should be good to go. We can go north now. I mean, it's possible that someone would go to the effort of redrawing all the sprites, but not really necessary for what the game is. New Whiterun mod. No, I've seen nothing, but I mean, Whiterun is just Rohan. It's very low quality Rohan too. So I just tend to use Dawn of Skyrim plus JK Skyrim with a compatibility patch. And that's that. Keep going? Yes. Going. There was just someone on their way to Sentinel. I didn't care. We're not traveling together. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I have to admit. I find it mildly impressive. The Whiterun mod. I was gonna say there needs to be a Legacy of the Dragonborn compatibility patch before I even think about using it, though. That's just kind of mandatory. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it's decent. You got the Gilder Green here, and it's all right. It's obviously using up the same amount of space. It's just using it better. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Want to be a proper necromancer? You probably won't get a layer of your own, but I'm sure that Daggerfall necromancy will be a thing eventually. There are already artifacts that let you summon a Daedra under your command. I don't see a reason why a mod couldn't give you access to something else that's similar. I really don't see why that couldn't be a thing. Alright, let's see. Do caution. I mean, reanimating corpses is a bit extra. They might not do that, but just summoning undead, like on the spot, that's like summon skeleton or summon zombie. That can easily be done, I imagine. Yes. Ooh, alright, bargain shoppers are still out, so... yeah, the shops that are still open can be accessed right now. That's good. First of all, let's go into the Savage Pit, talk to this guy. Yeah, we've refilled our water. Now we'll continue up to these shops. One of these should be a general store. When we find the general store, that's what we're going to do. Yes. Accounts general store. Ah, yes. I've never been fond of Cyrodiil's use of counts, honestly, and counties in general. Alright, here we go. Especially when, you know, you've got all over Tamriel, you got different kings and queens. Actual, like, sovereign city-states. I don't know, it just bugs me. We're not buying any more Daedric stuff. Like, everything about Oblivion was a downgrade lore-wise. Venture's Supply Store. Buy a bandage there. I mean, I have fun when I sit down and actually play Oblivion. It's just, you know, it's one of those cases of don't think about it too hard, or it all just kind of falls apart. Buy some arrows. There we go. Yeah. The Manny Marco Revisited, I believe. There was two. There were two Manny Marco mods that kind of synergize with each other. I'm just buying fish and things like that. I get it. They're making video games, and they're developing them as games first. The problem is that they're also story-based, and that's a problem, because in making it story-based, but you know, keeping its attachment to the story simple and stupid, it kind of it runs contrary to like their design philosophy is contrary to what the games are and supposed to be. At least how they present it. I don't know, it's very weird because, like, yes, I want them to design them as games first. I always want them to design them as games first. It's just that, my God, I was trying to pick those flowers, but yeah, go. Extracted. Okay. We are in this small region here. Let's go over to the capital. We're heading up to the capital now. Get there. I guess we're just going to skip the capital, actually. Thinking about drop your weapons or be struck down. So, basically, these guys thought I was a a notorious outlaw. Turns out I wasn't the notorious outlaw. No big deal. Yes. Yes, correct. Emil is actually pretty good at doing side quests and things like that. The problem is that another dragon. Damn it! Gotta run. Was gonna say that Emil is actually pretty good at doing smaller form content. It's just he's been promoted out of his area of expertise writing for the games, like writing on a larger scale. They should really have a lead writer who is the go-to creative authority, who basically looks at all the old material and writes new material based on it. But being promoted out of the area that makes you good is unfortunately something that happens commonly in the business world, not just in game development, but just in business in general, in companies. People are very often promoted out of their area of expertise. Let's see. Ooh. Maybe he'll shine as a creative director. My God. Morrowind wouldn't have been good without Ken Rolston, in my opinion. The King's Hedgehog. Go over here, refill our water. Hello, sir. Yes. Refilled our water. We just need to keep the travel going. Today is a travel day. Oh, we're getting chilly. I wonder why. Let's go put some clothes on. I assume now I'm wearing too much, right? No, we're good. Okay, so we were just getting cold. That's all. Yeah, we're gonna proceed onward. Not gonna stay here. Actually gonna check the map. We're gonna divert over to this small town. Yes. Ah, you'll be paying with your blood. Give me a second. I messed with something. Weird. I screwed something up. Let me see here. Need to hit that. There we go. I had to fix something. It had to do with my compositor's VSync. It was doing things it ought not be doing. I had it set to automatic, and it was deciding to do things independently of my will. So I just forced it off right now. The funny part is that the individual applications... Whoops, here we go. Low Chaos, Dishonored, Discard. Well, that obviously. But, now, Dishonored and Thief are games that I actually enjoy, but I wouldn't enjoy streaming. That's the best way to put it. Here we go. Gonna take a moment. And we're gonna hack and slash. Hack and slash. Yes. I really need to stream Rondo of Blood one of these days. I was thinking when we talked about Thief and stuff like that, it reminded me of, stealth gameplay in the Lords of Shadow series. And I hate Lords of Shadow series, mind you. But the Lords of Shadow series is pretty much, it goes hand in hand with, I'm going to set up camp here, hold on. Lords of Shadow series goes hand in hand with the rest of Castlevania. Oh, god damn it. Another bandit. Their friend came to check on them. Irritating as this is. Warrior has a lot of health. The knight, that explains it. Mithril flail. I was gonna say that I kind of want to do, like, about once a year or so, I play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And I really want to I guess I just want to start with Rondo of Blood and then transition into Castlevania. I think that might be fun. Symphony of the Night, I mean. God damn it! I'm reading this stuff and I see Harpies are attacking, so I'm like, god damn it! Pack up my camp and leave. Not worth my time to fight them. Okay. So let's see here. You want to learn to play? Well, I wasn't playing D&D. I was like that. Those videos are UES RPG. They just called it D&D because they expect everyone in the world to be stupid and, you know, not understand what a custom tabletop game is. If anything, how do I put this? D&D 5 is actually pretty good. I'm gonna actually unbutton the top button. It's a hot day today. But I was gonna say that D&D 5 is a good game for people just looking to get into D&D for the first time. Unfortunately, from what I've seen, I don't like it personally, just because of how simplified it is, and I guess it's, I really just want you to buy the modules. It definitely, a lot of people who I've seen play it, they get into Adventures League style sessions, and those make me sad, deep down. Yes. Yes, I'm jumping. I'm doing the jumps. All right. Not unlock? Huh. Well, yeah, it's midnight now, so those places are locked. Okay, we're getting out of here. Honestly, what I'm really excited about is Pathfinder 2. I really want to actually get a game of that going. So. Not anytime soon, mind you, because obviously I'm balancing my video game time with the real work time with, you know, time at home with the wife, and it's like sometimes those, you know, the work time has to be more than the game time, and like obviously depending on what the wife wants to do, I have to make time there. So my point is, more than anything, that I'm going to prioritize the first two over the gaming. There's a bandit here. All right, no, it's a vampire. She's gonna shoot. She's gonna shoot force bolt at me in a second. Need to be careful about that. Gonna dodge it. Nope. Just keep dodging them. Their goals are to silence and paralyze you. That's what vampires do. Silence and paralysis. Got her, though. Good, good, good. Ah, yes. I really do wish that I had the ability to do more in a day or go without sleep, but no. No, I'm afraid I make do mostly because, how do I put this? I make do mostly because I work with schedules, deadlines, not schedules. And so as long as I get requisite stuff done, I can approach things however I feel. I am terrible at articulating my thoughts while sorting inventory or fighting monsters or doing much of anything that is not the immediate conversation and nothing else. Nice, a fortress map we just found. Gonna have to leave all that stuff behind. Vampire's dead. We're good. There we go. So, go in there. Ooh. Yes. I was gonna say that I very often can get like 8-hour streams done. That's not a huge deal. It's just that I may have to sit out a day or two to get stuff done, and then, you know, occasionally I set out. I'm determined that this Sunday I'm gonna stream, and then, you know, we'll get something where I'll be convinced to instead have family time, let's just say. Which is good. It doesn't bother me. It's just that that's part of the reason why you don't see a set schedule very much. Unless the real life stuff becomes, how shall I say, less prevalent. Like, one of the things has to go, and it's definitely not going to be the wife. Let's put it like that. Alright. We're going to just continue onward now. To dress as lightly as possible. Yeah, we're all going to take our clothes off again, because we're overheating. Bet I. Oh, wait. The moment I cross this border, I bet it's freezing now. Yeah, it's cold now. Oof, here we go. We're going to throw on these clothes again. Extra cloaks. We should be fine now. Yeah, we're fine. You're scaring away all the deer. Get out of here. Okay, goodbye then. Yeah, I pissed off a hunter here. You're not a real gamer if you put your family in front of your gaming bro. Yes, I never liked that term gamer to begin with. And a lot of people who identify as gamers have a tendency to then, I mean, I'm not saying that all gamers are like this. I'm just saying that a lot of people who have a tendency to call themselves gamers also have a tendency to whine about how they can't get a girlfriend or whatever. And how do I put this? My suggestion is always try developing an extra hobby that makes you more interesting, or, well, realize that there's a lot of competition. Danny, thanks for subscribing. I was gonna say, understand that there is a lot of competition out there for people who just play video games, and that's their hobby, right? And understanding that, you have to stand out in some way if you're gonna, you know, be able to be a gamer and also be interesting. I guess that's really what it comes down to. And just doing what all the other people do, being a consumer of product Probably isn't the most interesting. Well, I like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, I mean, that is another art form, I guess, but, yes. Your KDA isn't impressive. Oh, God. But you'd be surprised how often this topic comes up. Yes. Here we go. We're killing Harpies. This topic comes up fairly commonly. It's just that, how do I put this? There are a lot of other people who are all gamers too, and someone who is a gamer plus they like reading, or they happen to build models, or they happen to do this or that. Other hobbies, other skills. They have a tendency to do much better in the general arena of being interesting. Unless, of course, you are the best gamer that ever was. Then you can stand atop your accomplishments above all the other gamers. And, yeah, I'm taking off all my clothes before I enter the desert. You just walk over a boundary line and you immediately take some damage there. Not damage, but heat. Like, it immediately turns hot the moment you cross that boundary line. That's how the game works. See, I took a sip from my water skin already. You wonder if bragging like that works for esports champions? Well, esports champions can more or less go and show, look, I'm getting paid to do this. They aren't getting paid enough. Not for their time. But they can, show articles about themselves and stuff like that. Like, they are recognized. And being recognized, they can leverage that recognition into acceptance of what they do. Daedric bow, yes. 18,000, sure. Need a Daedric longbow, thank goodness. But yeah, there are a lot of people who will more or less selfishly, and I say selfishly, they'll just sit there and play a game for fun. And that's what you should do, honestly. Gaming should be a hobby, right? But if it's your only hobby, and you allow it to define you, in other words, you call yourself a gamer first and foremost, then in order to be interesting to other people, you're going to need to stand on those merits and talk about what kind of gamer are you. And you'll find very quickly that you're probably just boring at that point. That's the sad reality. Is unless you I'm getting distracted by Onward to Mars Together. That's honestly what's distracting me here. So, yes. Yes. Okay. Right. Doesn't matter. There was just a Akatosh priest around here somewhere. Don't see the Akatosh priest. Oh, there she is. My goodness. Emodian, thanks for subscribing. Yes. You said it wouldn't matter how boring or interesting you are if you're exceptionally attractive physically. Well, if you're exceptionally attractive physically, that's the exception to the rule. That's not the rule. Here's the thing. There are tons of, let's just say, exceptionally attractive people who get they get into relationships. They question, why don't their relationships last? And it's because they have the personality of a brick. When they have a revolving door style of relationships. Okay, we're going to... I was going to steal all the crops, but I can't. I don't have the inventory here. Let's see here. We're going to cross over 7-hour journey that way. We got to do it. Yes. Ooh. Used to have a lot of artistic hobbies, but all you really do is play games. Well, that's on you, I guess. Stop doing all of your hobbies because you have bad depression. You know, it's funny. I didn't really have a problem with depression so much when I went in the outside world on a regular basis. But currently, I've been stuck in this house for a few months, and you know, we go out to get groceries. But I'm going to be honest, and like I've been going a bit stir crazy, and you know, depression is a real thing that creeps up on you. It's the kind of tired you can't get rid of by sleeping. Let's see here. Ooh. You had a weird graphical effect after putting mods? Well, you have to understand that if you put the Linux version of a mod on Windows, it's going to have a weird graphical effect. If you put the Mac version on Linux, it's going to have a weird graphical effect. And, you know, vice versa. Up, down, left, right. But no. The reality is that I know some, let's just say, physically disadvantaged people who are absolutely, been successful. And so I find that most of the people who cry about the current state of things have a tendency to use applications like Tinder, where they are judged on their photo and stuff like that. And yeah, it's kind of hilarious. Like, they will I guess they won't go. We can't talk about this very much in a pandemic situation, obviously, but you know, traditionally people went out and met each other in the real world. I'm just saying. Now, I did end up marrying my childhood friend, but I did not. I had quite a bit of dating experience in between that childhood and actually getting engaged with her. So, yeah. By the way, this is Arrowhead water. Arrowhead water. It's delicious pomegranate. Yes. You said Tinder is a convenient app for hooking up. Correct, but you have to understand something. That, let's just say the socially disadvantaged or the physically disadvantaged, the people who are, we call them involuntarily celibate, I believe. Those special sort of people. They have a tendency to try something like Tinder and then complain that the whole world is against them because they don't get picked. Yes. Oh, wow. Let's see here. Need to mess with something. Ooh. Poking at one more thing. There we go. Yes. There are also people with impossible standards. Correct. Who expect other people to have no standards. Yes. We got a few worthless pebbles off that guy. Yes. Correct. The dating apps are usually terrible, but remember, we have a whole generation of people who grew up on the internet, and they think that if you don't have a Facebook profile that's public, well, that's a red flag because you're obviously hiding your tracks. You know, like everyone who's everyone is on social media after all. I've heard this, by the way. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I've actually heard this from people who say that they will look at someone's social media profile, and if it's like an unused profile that doesn't have any personal information, they'll just be like, "Well, this guy is obviously shady." You know, there's like they will use that as a barometer for quote unquote dating safety. Here's a map. Fortress of Thurk. Yes. Oh, adamantium chest piece. And I, oh no. No. I don't think I'll be able to fit everything in my wagon. It's not good. I'm probably gonna have to dump some alchemy ingredients, to be honest, which is not what I wanted to do. Yes. Exactly. We have a generation did not have. No, we're not talking about being hired, Zach. We're talking about dating. Yes. And how in a non-pandemic situation, you're probably best not using dating apps, but instead, you know, seeking people out in the real world. But I just want to play video games on my computer all day. I don't want to go out and socialize with people. Alright, let's see here. I need to go over into this tavern really quick. We are going to eat before we go to the tavern. Because... there we go. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. People talk about their stupid job that you don't care about. Well, I understand that. And if you don't take an interest in them, then obviously you shouldn't be bothered. You are the exception to the rule. My degenerate friend. You are someone who is antisocial. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and see what we need to do here. Pawnbrokers, yes. No, unfortunately, most people are not the exception to the rule. They just think they are. Yes. They, everyone likes to think they are just... Oh, alright. Everyone thinks they are just slightly smarter than everyone else, or than the average. In other words, they know in their hearts they aren't geniuses because they aren't able to do the things geniuses do. They are instead... I'm just gonna sell the junk we picked up. I was gonna say, yeah, mithril, adamantium. That's all junk in my eyes. Sorry. Paid with a letter of credit. Very good. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Going this way. Merchandise. I was going to say that... yes, I remember the train of thought. Alright, so most people like to think of themselves as slightly smarter than everyone else. Or the average, I should say. Because they know they're not geniuses, because they can't do what geniuses do. But from their perspective, their views are objectively the best views, and everyone else who disagrees with them is obviously stupid. So, because there's just so many stupid people who don't agree with them, the answer is obviously that they, you know, those people just need to be educated, need to know what I know, because I'm smarter than them. That's the whole point. That's the point of view that most people have. Yes. Let's see. You're into a lot of things that people in those industries don't know about. Interesting. Ooh. Hmm. Okay. I was gonna say that I had a discussion on, I was talking on the Test 3 MP Discord the other day, and, but we got bandits. We got bandits we have to fight. And there was someone who told me, like, I mentioned that I didn't want to bother setting up a VM to run Windows right now because the pass-through to the graphics card was just too annoying at the moment. And, why do I remove my armor? Because it's hot or cold. Like, the metal gets affected by temperatures. Anyway, let's see here. Use it when you need it. But you're gonna take a stamina penalty. Yeah. Got distracted. Horribly distracted, backing off before I die. Alright. Heal. Sorry. Yes, I know I was attacked by a pack of bandits and their loyal centaur allies. Yes. Got distracted. What I was trying to get at was, I decided I didn't want to set up, a VM. And someone else replied, well, it's easy. All you have to do, and they replied with something that was nonsense to me. Turns out they were in IT and that they were a jackass. Ebony Tonto, that's great. They were just a jackass when off the job, you know. They, like, well, you're running Linux, so obviously you know everything. And how do I put this? I see this a lot. This, that's easy, then proceed to say nonsense from my perspective. I'm like, okay, that's great, but I'm using Kubuntu, which is Linux for normal people. You're using a version of Linux that you not only have to compile yourself, but is updated frequently with bleeding edge builds. You know? I said it's easy if you've done it a bunch of times, yes. Like, for the average user, most of that is nonsense. They also mentioned how Unity works. And I said, by the way, we just crossed over, so we're overheating now because we're wearing the armor. So we're going to take off our armor there. Actually going to take off all our clothes as well. And just wear a casual cloak to protect us from what little sunlight is left. There we go. Yes. But, yeah, there are, how do I put this? People have a tendency to look at their perspective, you know, where, well, that's easy. And, are you sure that's easy? Look, I just want to use Linux because I don't want to touch Windows as much as possible. Like, I want to stay away from Windows. I want to stay away from Windows as much as possible. God. And, yeah, I want to... At the same time, I want to stay away from the terminal as much as possible. And, like, no, you should use these commands, which, you know, when you tell someone to do something, like, imagine you have a Windows user, someone who's strictly just working with Windows, gonna fight centaurs here, but someone who's strictly working with Windows, and you say, it's easy, you just have to use these things. Like, what? They don't even know those commands exist, let alone understanding what those commands do. I mean, yeah. It said it's a learning process and requires the right hardware. Yes, exactly. I looked at what was required and I said, this is too bothersome. I have my Windows on an NVMe. And said, what if they give you a good tutorial? But that's not what they did. They just said that's easy and gave gobbledygook instructions from their profession as a systems administrator. And that's what the Linux world is full of. Are people doing that? You know, like, yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have, you know, I've talked about stuff from the, what do you call it, Forgotten Realms to people who are Elder Scrolls lore nerds, and their eyes glass over. They just lose all interest, and they don't want to talk about it, when the Forgotten Realms is objectively better than the Elder Scrolls in every way. Sorry, I just had to get that out. Anyway, point is, we all have things we learn about, and we, you know, our quote-unquote areas of expertise, and you have to take a baby steps approach when you are instructing someone in anything more than the basics. Anyway, we got to refill our water skin. You can see we drained our water skin completely. So what we do is we go into the Black Stag here. And Then we go have a chit-chat with this guy. And when we finish talking to him, you see what it says, you refill your water? Done. Easy peasy. Yes. The Forgotten Realms is a setting. I'm Googling it just to find out when it was created, because I remember yeah, 1987. It was a setting for Dungeons and Dragons that was created in 1987. And Neverwinter is a city in the Forgotten Realms, for example. But what ended up happening is Wizards of the Coast just kind of said, yeah, this is pretty much the main Dungeons and Dragons setting now. They kind of gave up on really supporting the alternative settings and just kind of hyper-focused on Forgotten Realms. We're in Tegonis now, by the way. We're going to go north. But yeah, when you say, what if they gave you a... yeah, we got an Akatosh priest here. Just going to ignore him. Okay. Distraction. Okay. Oh, Spelljammer is very different from Coda, let's just say. Coda is kind of bad fan fiction, written by a guy who wrote a lot of good Elder Scrolls lore. Let's see here. Daggerfall and Dream and Distant Land use 28 gigabytes of virtual memory for you? It's possible. I don't doubt it. I mean, let me go look at my system monitor here. Daggerfall Unity is currently using 6 gigabytes of RAM for me. Ooh, it's a storm. All right, so the deal with a storm, we need to actually change our cloak. Yeah, we need to change to a different casual cloak. We're going to uncheck both of them. We're going to grab the new casual cloak. Yeah, there we go. Travelers. Yeah, gonna ignore that. But yeah, I keep a healthy amount of hard drive space. When you say Daggerfall Unity is using a lot of virtual memory, you do know that in extended play sessions, the log file can bloat to extremely large amounts as well, if there are errors going on with any of the mods you're using. So you might want to look at all of the files generated by Daggerfall Unity and just double check. Scaring away all the deer, get out of here. Alright, let's see here. Ooh. Yeah, I once had a 60 gigabyte file, log file for Daggerfall Unity, because I had an 8-hour play session. No, log files don't get deleted when you close the game, but they do get overwritten. So the next time you open Daggerfall Unity, it will overwrite the old one with a new one. But I remember once I had a broken mod. I think it was the Iron Man Game Systems that was just reporting error after error after error. When I compressed down the 60 gigabyte log file, by the way, it was like 40 megabytes. It was really small. You see, when you compress a text file, duplicate entries of the text file duplicate entries of the text file are compressed. So it turned out to only be a few megabytes, but because the same error message was spamming over and over for 8 hours. Yeah. Let's see here. Got distracted. Going this way. Ooh. I mean, it really depends. If the log, if the game itself is spamming error messages, everything that goes through the game's terminal is being outputted to a text file, so that you can, like, if the game were to crash, you could go and send that log file to the people. Oh, getting distracted here. God, we need to go this way. Ooh. Sorry. Back to the Forgotten Realms. Anyway, because it has a lot of writers, and I mean good writers, who wrote for the setting is far more developed than the Elder Scrolls is. It's, now, unfortunately, it was meddled with by Wizards of the Coast for 4th edition, and then meddled with again for 5th edition. So the later lore is kind of wonky. It's now everything is canon in it. In other words, 3rd edition stuff happened. It wasn't retconned. It's just that you know, gods were killed or brought back to life based on cataclysmic events that happened. And that was their way of getting rid of certain gods in 4th edition and bringing back those gods in 5th edition. But, I mean, they still managed to keep it semi-coherent, unlike the Elder Scrolls, which is just full of retcons. And it's far more interesting, a setting in general, than Tamriel. I just broke into this place, and now I'm gonna steal all the jewelry. Here we go. Gonna put stuff in the wagon. We actually managed to break into a jewelry shop. We're taking everything. I think we've managed to evade. Yes. You say that, Phantom, but remember that in the Forgotten Realms, you got the god Owl, and he governs all the other gods, and there's like his crystal sphere. He more or less created the Forgotten Realms universe and exists in a different space. So I'm just saying that the whole Godhead concept that Kirkbride came up with, it's more or less the idea that the Godhead is the creator, the writer of the lore, more or less. And you, as the player, are making up the journey. He tried to get very meta with it, and it got dumb as a result. Well, I mean, again, like, championing a god, becoming an avatar of a god, like, that happens in multiple settings. That's not unique to the Elder Scrolls. Hello there. I'm awfully bored. If you're looking for something to do, nah, we're not going to deal with that. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I'd recommend checking out R.A. Salvatore's books. Like, that's a good entry point to Forgotten Realms. If if you absolutely can't stand reading, I'd recommend getting an Audible account then. Oh, don't worry about it. I misspell things all the time, as in on a daily basis. If it weren't for an editor, I probably would be screwed. Thankfully, when it comes to... oh, there we go. Got distracted there. Good, good, good. The lore you happen to love is written by Kirkbridge. Yes. Well, unfortunately, Kirkbride's best work is actually was done under Ken Rolston. In other words, Ken tempered his stuff and made it unreliable. And I know we use the unreliable narrator to stupid effect all the time in order to celebrate the dumbing down of the world, and I get that. I really get that. And I disagree with that for the most part, but... Oh, we got bandits again. I was going to say that Kirkbride actually... actually flat out... like, he needs someone to tell him, oh, my Daedric Dagger broke. Time to equip my new Daedric Dagger. Kirkbride needs someone to tell him, you know, what can and can't be in the game as a result. And, you know what's funny? I actually think I would probably be, if he said that he was going to kickstart his own, like, novel series, or he was going to kickstart his own setting, you know, as separate from Tamriel, not owned by Bethesda, but his own, like, fantasy world, I'd throw $60 that way for sure. Like, I'd buy into the Kickstarter just to see how crazy it got. The problem is if you give him free reign in Tamriel, you get Coda, and Coda is terrible. It is genuinely awful. And he meant it as a tongue-in-cheek sort of way. I get that. Like, part of his... they didn't use his lore when they were working on Skyrim. They more or less kind of stopped talking to him, as I understand it. And it looks like, from an outside perspective, and I get it, that's not what he was trying to do, but you have to understand, if you know nothing about him and nothing about what he tried to do, it looks like, from an outside perspective, that he threw a temper tantrum and crapped all over the table, more or less. And that was his... that was Coda, basically, as far as how it looks from the outside observer. Well, obviously there are no bad ideas, only different levels of good ideas. You know, it's, there is no canon, only levels of good ideas. That's what he said, and I'm just like, there are bad ideas too. If you've read some of the fan fiction up there on the Facebook group, God, they have a public Facebook group, and they get so antsy when people talk about them. Yes. Ooh. No, I did not see any Vivek sexual assault post, and I don't think I'd want to get into that. Let's see. We're actually going to get rid of some of these fairy dragon scales. Like, yeah, 9 of them's good. Just going to drop them on the ground. There we go. That will make room for anything I need moving forward. We're going. Ooh. Yep. The Minecraft story mode would have been so much better if it's not Minecraft. Well, obviously not. That's a lich. All right, we have to be careful because that's a lich. We're gonna use force bolts. Power of RK purge. Wait, I think we got him. And we got bandits too. Crap. I'm gonna hide behind the lich and backstab him. Wait, we got tigers and spriggans and liches? Oh God, what's happening here? What's happening here? Okay, we need to use the Bell of Wildfire. Yeah, we just need to keep hitting him with the Bell of Wildfire. Oh no. Alright, well we did paralyze the lich, thankfully. Spriggan is dead. I'm getting smacked in the face. I'm gonna use the straps. I'm gonna use Hellfire in those straps. Come on, one more time. Hellfire. Okay. I got most of them done by consuming some of the charges of my magic items. Oh crap. Another one. Another lich is here. Another lich is here. Force bolt. It dodged it. It dodged the force bolt. Again. Okay, we killed it with the other one. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. We killed both liches. We're fine now. Not the corpse I wanted to loot. There we go. Daedric battle axe. Good. Good. Daedric sword. Alright, we did it. We defeated the bandits and the liches. We did it. Thanks, Phantom. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, the second lich appeared later, though, which is weird. Let me see here. I'm gonna quickly click over to something else. It was... whoops. Yeah, you take a sip from your water skin. No big deal. Oh, we're here. We're here at the... This place is nothing. This place is nothing. How many days straight have I been traveling to Tessa Parrot? I don't know. Well, I've rested for a few hours in a tent from time to time, so no big deal. There are giants here. We're leaving the giants. Emergency alert. Thanks for subscribing. I'm running from the town. I don't want to accidentally shoot some civilians while I'm doing this. Kind of a big deal. We're running. We're running very, very quickly. Yes. My, oh, what was that? That was just that. Yes, no problem. We are, whew. Okay, I think we're clear. Faven Court. We're going there. Should be okay. We should be okay. On the watch for bears now. No. No! There's a hunter watching me fight the bear with a knife. I am a mountain lizard now. Yes, you can have the bear. I'm gonna say mountain man, but, you know, mountain lizard. Howitz, thanks for subscribing as well. Alright. Let's see here. Ah, yes, we're gonna ignore this quest. This is a broken quest. We're just gonna pacify him with etiquette and keep going. No delay. Ooh. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. Vegetation, we don't need to search for water. We're fine. Just keep going to Faven Court. Be okay. Be A-okay. Yes. Gonna stop for a second because I had clicked to this before. I just wanted to add this now. This is a video that let's see here. Yes, it's titled why every Star Wars has the wrong title. Yes, we're gonna go with this one. This is why every Star Wars has the wrong title.
This is why every Star Wars film has the wrong title. What happens in Episode 1? We meet Anakin Skywalker, the rise of Skywalker. Years later, we find out that Palpatine, leader of the Sith, have ordered an army to destroy the Jedi. Revenge of the Sith. In Episode 3, Order 66 happens and the clones attack. Attack of the Clones. In Episode 4, Obi-Wan teaches Luke that it's time for the Jedi to return. Return of the Jedi. In Episode 5, Yoda teaches Luke how to use the Force. The Force Awakens. In Episode 6, both Yoda and Anakin die, which makes Luke the last Jedi. After the Empire is destroyed, a new Empire comes. The Empire strikes back. Come on, guys. In Episode 8, Luke trains Rey and then sacrifices himself to give the Resistance a new hope. Finally, in Episode 9, Palpatine returns from the dead, making him the Phantom Menace.
Yes, there you go. All right. Perfect. All right, we're continuing on to Faven Court now. Yes. Yep. Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. I had a group of bounty hunters. Thought I was one of the people there. Don't care. Gonna have some fish. Eat more fish. Yes. Well, Rogue One was arguably a good movie. Some people disagree. I think it was an excellent view into the suicide bomber's journey. Okay, so Rogue One set up a girl who lost her parents. She grew up more or less just kind of tossed around by the system. So she ended up becoming kind of a rebel. Eventually, her father was killed, and she found a cause to die for. And so she went and fought to the death for her cause. Yes. Rogue One was the suicide bomber's journey. It could have been better than it was, but the only one I kind of respect more out of the new movies was The Last Jedi. And the reason I say that is because The Last Jedi tried, and the reason I respect the movie is because it tried to do something different. And then it sissied out and started and just repeated the cycle at the end. Like, the whole idea, like what Ryan was trying to do was to say, kill the past. Old Star Wars needs to die for new Star Wars to live. That had a point and purpose other than The Force Awakens, which was pandering, and The Last Jedi, which was pandering. Neither were good. None of them were good, in fact. But Rian Johnson tried. I respect that he tried. Now, he's awful at it, and what ended up happening is the whole movie got sabotaged, and Rey just went back and, just kind of turned down Kylo's offer to just leave and be done with this cycle. So it just repeated itself anyway. It's pointless, basically. So, my point is that Rian Johnson tried. Yes. Unlike all the other movies, unlike the other two movies that surround it. The other movies didn't work well. Yeah, I respect you, but you suck. Exactly. Exactly. That's my point. Is The Last Jedi is a terrible movie, but it's the only 3 that I respect. And I respect it because it tried. That's what I mean. It tried. Like, here, hold on. Here, unlike... Now, you have to understand how this works. Okay, so J.J. Abrams did not try, all right? He just pandered. But for Rian Johnson, he gets a gold star. There was an attempt. Yes. Okay, Rian Johnson gets the gold star. All right? Now then, let's continue. We're traveling. Now, his idea of making World War II bombers in space was terrible. Like, it was just awful. What happened to Y-Wings? Just Y-Wings are the Rebel Alliance's bombers. Now, I have... I'm not really a Star Wars fan anymore, but I have an attachment to, you know, R4 droids and Y-Wings and, you know, A-Wings, you know, the weird stuff, basically. All right. But you know how you can tell that the movie was meddled with? Like, the most obvious point that you can tell, I mean, it was meddled with because you can see porgs, all right? Porgs are absolute proof that the movie was just completely decimated by Lucasfilm's need for more money. No one likes porgs. Let's get out of here. Run, run. Let me see here. Yes, hostile encounter, try to avoid. Very good. Ooh. I think you're confusing me with one of them there skeptic community folks. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go over here. The Pagan Dog. We just need to take a moment. We're currently on a journey, you see. We started off down here in Daggerfall. We need to head over the Sentinel for Tasso Parrot is where we're going today. And so it's going to take a bit. We're doing a nice long travel session. Yes, indeed. What we do is we just refilled our water, and we're going to keep the journey going. Yes. Ooh, the skeptic community folks still talk about people with blue. I don't know. I don't know. I've been ignoring them vigorously, as in people post stuff, and I have a tendency to, you know, ban those people. So I have no idea what they do. Yes. Okay, we're continuing. Ah, someone's going to Wayrest. Well, good luck, sir. Good luck. Meanwhile, I'm going to eat this orange and continue. Yes. Let's see here. Everything looks good. Let me see here. Pure Elder Scrolls game. Yeah, I was gonna say that Elder Scrolls Blades actually got an update semi-recently. So I've been curious about it. Apparently there are new events and things that hit regularly. But, was gonna say that... Oh! Proceed with caution, yes. Yeah, priest, this is a dangerous place. Doesn't matter, keep going. Keep going. Said, yeah, Blades was terrible when it first came out. They fixed my only real complaint with the game, which was the chest system. The big update of Blades, the one that made the game more or less playable, removed chest timers entirely. The game doesn't have chest timers anymore. We're selling everything here. Yes, everything is sold. Very good. Letter of credit. As a dungeon crawler, it is mediocre. I suppose it's acceptable for, like, the fact that it's on mobile phones. But I just kind of shrug and go, that's alright, I guess. Like, it's not great, but at the same time, yeah, we need to put shoes on and a cloak. Protect ourselves from the elements with this cloak. Now, where are the shoes? They're the shoes. They're the shoes, anyway. They're new. Very good. Ooh. But yeah. No, Elder Scrolls Blades isn't bad. It's just kind of a mediocre dungeon crawler. It's not great, but it's not bad either. It's just not what people want when they look at an Elder Scrolls game. It's like the people who insist that Elder Scrolls Online is bad. It's not really bad, it's just not great either. It's kind of like, it's an MMO, and it's alright, I guess. It's got pretty good action for an MMO, actually. But it definitely isn't what people want when they play a single-player Elder Scrolls game. So, you know, that's really the issue with Blades, is it's not what people want when they want an Elder Scrolls game. We're going to fight the Highwayman. We're just going to fight him head-on. Naked Argonian battles Highwayman to the death. Highwaywoman. God. Yeah. There we go. We're having an arrow fight in the rain. Should be fine. Great, we're going in. Good. We got it. We're out of here. Next location. You returned to it for Greymoor. I quit halfway through. I played all of Greymoor, and I found it hilariously bad. Like, I enjoyed how bad Greymoor was, honestly. Whereas Elsewhere was just awful on the face of it, and I did not enjoy it at all. Let's see here. Yeah. Elsewhere is just, I just halfway through, I looked at this and it was just like, this is awful. Honestly, the Orsinium DLC was the best that ESO had. And Morrowind, the Morrowind DLC came close. But, yeah, Somerset was all right. But yeah, Elsewhere was just very disappointing, and I found it very immersion breaking when a lady talked to me about a Khajiiti kingdom, and then I looked at the area around me, this quote unquote kingdom I was in, and it was 3 buildings, and I was just like, this is fucking terrible. Don't call it a kingdom. If it's like 3 buildings, don't call it a kingdom. I get it. The lore says it's a kingdom, so you're calling it a kingdom. But at that point, just fucking change the lore, all right? You had no problem changing the lore in the base game. Just stop it. Just stop it. I mean, that wasn't my only complaint. It was just my loudest complaint. He said, welcome to the Republic of Dave. Yeah, exactly. Well, the Republic of Dave was tongue-in-cheek about it. This lady was serious. She was a historian. And she was talking to you about all this stuff. God damn it. Here we go. We got bandits. Yeah, remember that they're holds. Holds. They've given them different names because Skyrim is tiny despite being the biggest region in the small island nation of Tamriel, as the newer games have depicted it. Ugh. You said it's not a good MMO, to be honest? What are you talking about? Look at what the modern MMO space, and where are you going to get that kind of real-time combat? Like, you know, no, like the global cooldown is a pox on things like World of Warcraft, for instance. So, I'm questioning what you would do. You know, like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like, you get... I'm considering the different MMO types. I mean, here's the thing. We're living in a post World of Warcraft ruining everything world. Okay? That's important to understand. When we talk about what is and isn't a good MMO. Yes. Let's see. Ooh, do you think Bethesda will make Fallout 76 canon? Of course. And we've already established since Fallout 4 that Fallout canon is terrible. I mean, like I got Vault Duck here. Okay, I love me some Fallout merchandise. I got Vault Duck. I got bobbleheads. I got a Liberty Prime little bobblehead there in a box. And I even got these shot glasses that desperately need to be washed. But as you can see, the shot glasses are absolutely perfect in every way. And you can see right there. So, I love Fallout merchandise. Absolutely. Now, hold on a second. Yeah, I mean, lunch boxes and everything. So, there we go. But Fallout, modern Fallout, Bethesda Fallout is stupid. So when you're asking what's canon and what isn't canon, it's probably all canon. You probably will hate it. Let's see. I don't have a Bethesda Pip-Boy? No, because number one, it wouldn't fit me, and number two, it wouldn't fit my phone. My phone is half the size of my head. The big phone. It's also dirty like everything else in here, and my fingernails aren't actually dirty this time. But my point is that like I have a large phone. Wouldn't be good for that. I looked at it and I'm like, I always get Galaxy Note. I have the Galaxy Note 3 and now I have the Note 10. That was my direct upgrade, by the way. That's how long it takes me to get a new phone. Point is, I like large phones. I like the large phones, but seriously. Someone around the tavern is a bounty hunter. I'm going to hide from the bounty hunter. Bounty hunter did not find you and left the area. Very good. Very good. I hid successfully from the bounty hunter who came into the tavern to look for me. Okay, it's late. It's 2 a.m. Bit warm. Is the frickin' desert... Why is it hot in the desert in the middle of the night? I don't understand this. The desert should be freezing cold in the middle of the night. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. Let's see. Not all deserts are created equal. I know. I'm just annoyed. That's all. Because it negatively impacts me. Not for any realism perspective. Just it annoys me in this. Yes. Yes. My my stealth skill is 75%. So I had a good chance to evade him. All right, let's see here. Okay, we are avoiding that pack of monsters. Since we didn't get dismounted, we're just gonna keep going. Let's see here. Fallout New Vegas. It's a flawed game. It could have used another year in development, honestly. They spent way too much time trying to make it work in Bethesda's engine. And you can see how there's parts of it that just feel barren and other parts feel way too lived in. Like, isn't distributed well. I also think that the game isn't balanced well either. As far as leveling progression, difficulty. Although all those things Fallout New Vegas is kind of lacking in. Keeping in mind that like the RPG elements, it's like the merger of the RPG elements plus Bethesda's first-person Fallout is really the best incarnation of Fallout. Like Fallout New Vegas is the best the series has to offer, in my opinion, and it's not good enough. So You could say I am not a Fallout fanatic. Like, in terms of story and RPG elements, obviously you got the... oh, here we go. Oops. Yeah, my dagger just broke. There it is. Use. My bad. As I was saying. Oops. Yeah. Fallout New Vegas is, again, something that just needed more time in the oven. Fallout 2, Fallout 1 and 2 have a combat system that I never enjoyed. I played it back when it was new. I put up with it because, let's be honest here, I didn't have all the game choices in the world. And I remember it fondly until I tried to go back to it, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this combat system, and I never did, really. I had flashbacks to when I played through it just for the sake of, you know, interacting with the characters and getting the story beats, but it was a gameplay experience that I didn't enjoy. Tavern Kirkwall, what is Avowed, and why should I give a shit about it? Did we see gameplay of it yet? Or was that just a cinematic trailer? Because I don't give a shit about anything that aired on Cinematic Trailer Day. You can, there's a bunch of articles going, Avowed set to compete with Elder Scrolls. I'm like, we don't know anything about it. We know nothing. We know nothing about it. But there's speculation videos and YouTubers going crazy because there's no new Bethesda content to cover. Yeah. Exactly. Cinematic trailers exist to build excitement. Excitement translates into purchase intent. They want pre-orders. They want people generating buzz about this non-existent thing. I'm sorry. I don't do that. I like, how do I put this? There are a few games that I've hyped up, and you know what? I still don't recommend pre-ordering them. But no, I give zero shits about cinematic trailers. We don't need to search for water. Our water skins are good still. Yes. Yep. Yeah, Steam has refunds. It's true. Yeah, Fallout 4 was a fun game. I mean, it utterly destroyed the skill system of the previous game, and it learned nothing from Fallout New Vegas. People wanted it to learn from New Vegas. But Bethesda decided to learn nothing from it, and instead make it a dumber but better video game. It is a functionally better video game. We're getting out of here. We're going. This thing's gonna murder me. Functionally, Fallout 4 is a much better video game than Fallout 3. The problem is that it's also a dumber game on many levels. You know, in terms of character creation and diversity, to characters. But don't you see how Piper is a fully fleshed out character? Yeah, I'm sure she is. But no, the actual game part of Fallout 4 is far better than Fallout 3. It's just, there's so much of it that is wrong. Yes. The dialogue is pretty awful. The dialogue system is pretty awful. Yes. Piper's a toned down Moira Brown. Yes. Hmm. Still looking. Does the terrain glitch out if you go above 100 speed? The terrain will glitch out in tedious travel depending on the speed you go at, and that's just a function of the mod. If you set your speed faster than it can load the terrain, you're just going to fall off the world. That's how it works. So, you know, use your speed respectively. I mostly run it at 10 times speed just because this is how I enjoy the game. I could run it faster and not have it glitch out, but it's just, you know, however fast your computer can load the terrain, that's how fast you can, your cap is. Yes. Oh. See here. Hyper wasn't that deep a character, really. And you know, I remember now, there was a person, what do you call him, a Jim Sterling person. And they mentioned, checking this area out, the Jim Sterling person said something along the lines of, hold on. He said something along the lines of, like, isn't it great how all the characters in Fallout 4, like, support, like, polyamory or some shit? And what he was celebrating is his ability to romance all the characters. When in reality, Bethesda just didn't give a shit enough to make the followers interact with each other on a meaningful level. That's really what happened. Okay, that guard wants to kill me. We have to run from that guard. Yes. Yeah. Romanceable NPCs, you can see that from the Mass Effect dialogue wheel. It's, how do I put this? The Mass Effect style dialogue wheel. They also wanted Mass Effect style romances, and just like, okay, you do realize those were cringy in Mass Effect, right? For the most part, romance in video games tends to be terrible. Unless, and this is the general exception, if it's two NPCs that are in a romance together, without the player being an observer, then it's usually better. Ooh. Witcher 3 is a good game. I mean, the romances in that are awkward too, but honestly, the romances in The Witcher 1 and 2, like, those sections were pretty bad as well. Alright. See here. I will eat fish and go. Yes. Continuing to Phage Hall. Yes. You blame BioWare for the trope of trying to romance NPCs? Yes. Well, Baldur's Gate always had issues even before they added new quests. And let's be honest here. People got uppity when they made a lady snarky in a new campaign and said that's not in the spirit of her character. And it's like, she didn't have a character before. She was a trope. That's the main thing. We're gonna ignore that. Seen a deer by? No. Can you imagine all those people going, she's exactly the way women should be? You know, talking about like a non-existent trope shell of a character. And then they get offended when someone adds personality to that character in a campaign that might as well not be canon. I mean, just don't engage with the new material. Like Star Wars. But honestly, her character's better for having personality, even if she's a snarky one now. Yes. School Days is the best waifu collection simulator in existence. You will get gutted and killed in many ways. I'm joking, of course. School Days is terrible, but it's glorious in how terrible it is. Alright. Let's see here. Dead Man's Challenger Straps kill! I gotta get rid of these bears. Yes. If you watch the Japanese cartoon for School Days... Halt! Oh no! The guards want to kill me. So the region I'm in, I'm hated in. Don't worry about it. We're leaving. Yes, the School Days Japanese cartoon is very interesting because it's about a... like, it takes everything from the game and has the main character make all the worst decisions in order to get utterly murdered in the ending. And I respect the game for, or should I say, the Japanese cartoon for picking a let's just say a suboptimal route for the main character to go, because usually what these porn games do, the Japanese degenerate games, when they get adapted into a cartoon format, what they first do is they pick a canonical pairing. Once they do that, they then have the main character interact with all the other girls in the dating game, and the interactions are kind of changed in a way that they there's no longer that romance element in them. Instead, it's just the main character solving their problems, basically. And then at the very end, they have the romance with the best girl, as it were, the main girl, and then that's how they end the adaptation. That's how they usually approach those quote-unquote dating simulators when they adapt them into cartoon format. School Days didn't do that. It had the main character make terrible choices, get involved with several girls, and then get murdered at the end of the show. And despite it being a terrible show from a terrible game, it it tried to do something different, and I find that respectable. I think it was, let's see here. Ah, yes. Here we go. Here's the cartoon. Oh, yes. So in the cartoon, the guy is being unfaithful to a girl he's living with because she's supposed to be pregnant with her kid. And, pregnant with his kid. Sorry. So there she is. She's supposed to be pregnant. And, you know, like, but he was already being unfaithful, so, like, she just murders the crap out of him. And, like, all their time together kind of flashes before his eyes, you know, as she stabs the crap out of him. And, you know, that they have this, again, more flashes as the man dies, horrible death. Then his head gets severed, put in a bag, and the girl who killed him is revealed as the murderer she is. And then the other girl he was involved with murders that girl in order to cut open her belly to see if she was really pregnant. And guess what? She wasn't pregnant. She was lying about being pregnant. Yes. So, there you go. Yep. Oh god, the guards are after me. Town guards are after me. Gotta go. And remember, that is based entirely. Got a minute? Someone's calling for you. Nope. We gotta get out of here. Alright. Gotta go. We gotta go. Now remember that it's based off a game. And they actually decided to use the worst versions of the the worst choices from the game. Remember, most of the games, their adaptations are, let's pick good ending. Let's pick one canonical pairing and make it good. This one, on the other hand, decided to just go all in on the awfulness and get the main character murdered. It is a glorious adaptation. It's also a terrible Japanese cartoon, mind you, but at the very least, it absolutely, like, it tried to be different from all of the other adaptations, and I think it succeeded in that sense. You know, we talked about how Rian Johnson made The Last Jedi different. Let's see here. That's really the point. We got guards still chasing us. We're going. No, we were talking about School Days. School Days is based off a terrible dating simulator. And, yeah. It's kind of glorious how they subverted the expectations of the dating simulator genre. Let's just say the adaptations. Because the adaptations always do one canonical pairing and then, oh well, we'll go around helping out the other girls. That's kind of what they do. Planted? Well, no. Planet's thing is it had to do all the endings. It's different. It is, like, once you check out, quote-unquote, After Story, it all kind of... that's entirely different. That's entirely different. Why am I naked? Because it's summer. It's a summer evening in the tropics. It'll wear ya down. Yes. It's too hot for the lizard. Too hot for the lizard. Yes. to be honest, I gave zero shits about Clannad, but people were telling me it was good, and I was sick, like really sick, so I couldn't do anything at the time. So I just said, you know what? I can barely be bothered to turn a page, let alone read. I'm just gonna lay here and watch Clannad because people keep recommending it to me. And I said at the end of the series, I said, this is kind of shit. I didn't appreciate it at all. And they said, go watch After Story instead. And I said, wow, this is one of the best Japanese cartoons I've ever seen. And you know what? I still didn't like the first half of it. Also, I didn't really care for Nagisa. What if the whole story was about Tomoyo instead? And they said, oh, you want to play the game Tomoyo After. And I looked at the Steam page for Tomoyo After because it's an actual game on Steam. And I said, this looks like degenerate shit. I don't want to go anywhere near this. And they said, yes, it's degenerate shit. I'm like, but Tomoyo was the responsible one. Like, yeah, but it's degenerate shit. I'm just like, So, in the end, I did not play Tomoyo After. Despite, still thinking Tomoyo is the best out of all the people presented there. Yes. But I do still stick with my statement that having seen all of Clannad After Story, it is one of the best Japanese cartoons I've ever seen. Despite me not liking the first half very much. Like, let's see. Hostile encounter, try to avoid it. Very good. For those who don't know, Clannad is kind of like your dating simulator. It's high school bullshit. Doesn't really have any point or purpose to it. Then, in After Story, at a certain point in time, he actually gets married to a specific girl. And, he, more or less, like, they're gonna have a kid, and then she dies in childbirth, and he ends up getting massively depressed and falls into a cycle where he just works, and he just works, goes to sleep, goes to work again. He makes work his entire life and ignores his kid. His in-laws actually watch the kid. But then he has to come to terms with the fact that he's become his father. Because his father did the same thing. He, like, provided for him, but did nothing else after his mom died. Like, he just kind of was living for the sake of providing for the kid, and that's it. And he became his dad, and he realized that. And because he realized that, he took steps to becoming a better person. And that was actually good, as opposed to most Japanese cartoons that have dating simulator elements that are terrible. And, yeah. Eventually, he met with his elderly dad at this point and said, like, realized, yeah, he fixed his relationship with his dad. He finally realized what his dad was going through because he was able to step out of himself for a moment and look at it. And that's when he just came to terms with the fact that he had become his dad. It's, well, we got a lot of stuff here. I'm looking at the, yes. Very good. Very good. Aha! centaurs everywhere. Yeah. Anyway, my point is that Clannad was like middle of the road, boring, pretty awful show. Honestly, like it's your high school. It's like every high school dating game or dating show ever. It's unimpressive. But then they have the second season after story, which isn't impressive either, until when he moves out. And actually starts living on his own, and, you know, that's when he, I guess it just steps out of the shadow of every other samey, garbage Japanese show at that point and becomes something special. It's like, how many episodes do you have to watch before it steps out of its shadow and becomes special? Oh, like, what, 30-something episodes? Of the whole original series, plus like half the second series? Well, that's too many. I don't want to watch that crap. I understand and I respect that opinion. I was sick and couldn't do anything, so I just kind of laid there and watched it. I had over 100-degree fever, so I was just like, I can't do anything. Here we go. Let's continue. Right. Got one thief down. Not successful in stealing from those other guys, sadly. Alright. Damn. Well, the retcon you were talking about is actually... It's interesting because it's tied into the video game elements of Clannad itself. Like, the actual game had you more or less experiencing each of the timelines. And then when you finished a timeline, this little magical orb happened. And, like, appeared. It was... And it was tied to that meta story that was going on in the background the whole time. The meta story that was running in Clannad had a point and purpose. It gave it value as a game, honestly, because there was something to work toward on a greater level, rather than just, which character are you going to romance? I'm getting out of here. I'm not fighting another horde of bandits. It's raining. Yes. Let's see here. But, I mean, other series did similar things as well. If you look at... I'm trying to remember the name of it. There's a series called which is time travel based. The author of Steins Gate admits to borrowing heavily from and people go, is it really time travel? No, actually the main character is just jumping through the multiverse and going to a virtually identical world. Yes. Kind of amazing. Going to the Blackbird. We're doing a long travel here. Yeah, one of the routes the main character goes through in is a full-on isekai. Just fucking hilarious. Because that's when he actually makes something of himself. Despite not having any special powers at all. Alright, let's see here. E just means different, and in Sekai's world, so it's just different world. Yes. Priest. Going. Keep going. All right. Well, Tsubasa Chronicle was interesting in the sense that the main character you got to know through half of Tsubasa Chronicle turns out was a clone, and eventually he goes crazy and his original steps in and replaces him. The problem is his original is like a master mage, whereas the original guy didn't really know much magic. He borrowed magic from time to time, but he didn't actually have his own. And the guy, so like the version of him that replaces him, like the original version of him, like, oh yeah, what's going on here? Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. But they set it up early on. They dropped hints about it. Like they foreshadowed the crap out of it. It's just that the cartoon did not accurately give time over to that foreshadowing. Like, what you can express in a single panel of a comic book, let's put it like this. It just wasn't properly showcased in the cartoon. And so it came out of nowhere to most people. All right. Knave and Huntsman. There we go. But yeah, the reason the main character was more or less a blank slate in the beginning of Tsubasa Chronicle was because he actually he was a clone without most of his memories. That simple. You know, the version of him that replaces that clone, we're running from the bandits. Running from the bandits is a fully realized person. Yes. Continuing. The Mario Brothers movie was terrible. Just in general. And there was no making it good. Even the actors stayed drunk most of the time. Hold on a second. We're gonna go down over here for a moment. Emperor's outfits. Nope. Everything's closed and it'll open in an hour. Well, in that case, let's get into the damn tavern. Just for a moment. Ooh, any Japanese cartoons I'd recommend watching? Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, and not the original Vampire Hunter D. The original Vampire Hunter D is an excellent, although anime as hell, book. However, it was not translated to screen very well. We're gonna sleep a couple hours here in the inn. But, yeah, I highly recommend Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. I recommend the movie Your Name. That's a good one as well. Howl's Moving Castle is also a good one. I'd recommend most of those. If you want something a little whimsical, something very Disney, check out The Cat Returns. You won't find very much. You aren't capable of discussing DRM without talking about Star Force, are you? Anyway, let's continue this way. Alright, so, then most of Studio Ghibli stuff is worth checking out? Yes. Well, The Cat Returns is interesting because it's very, very Disney. Let's see here. Alright, we are now in Sentinel, finally. 7 hours to get to Tasso Parry. Gotta get there. We're not looking for water, we got water. We got lots of water. We need to get to Tasso Parry. This has been a travel stream. A travel stream, I say, with bandits! So many bandits, you just gotta keep going. Castlevania animated series on Netflix. Season 1 is a great prequel. Nice setup. Did you talk about Star Force here before? Every time DRM is discussed. Like 4 times now you've talked about Star Force. Anyway, let's see here. Oh yeah, so Season 2 of Castlevania on Netflix is glorious. I love it. I love it, okay? However, Season 3 is a miserable little pile of good and bad. As in, Saint Germain, glorious. Everything with Trevor and Sypha, terrible. Trying to think of how to put this. Everything with Isaac, good. Everything with the vampires, and they focus on the vampires a lot, we're leaving. Terrible. Terrible. We're getting out of here. We got bandits back there. We're just going to keep going. I don't have time. We're running out of time. Must eat fish and go. How's my cloak doing? It's worn. It's going to break any moment now. Damn, we need to equip this new cloak. There we go. But, point is, Season 3 is just kind of awful at points and great at other points. And so it pans out to average, Castlevania Season 3. And that's unfortunate, because I was a huge fan of the series in Seasons 1 and 2. But, everything relating to vampires in Season 3 is just terrible. Whereas the demon stuff in Saint Germain, that was great. The Trevor and Sypha banter was honestly not so good. And Isaac's stuff was good. So, you know, ups and downs is a good way to put it. Yes. Let's see here. What else we got? But yes. I actually enjoyed Castlevania Curse of Darkness, the game. And I was rather happy they added Isaac and Hector. And then I promptly turned Hector into crap, despite him being the main fucking character of the game. Kind of didn't like that very much. Their interpretation of Hector I never enjoyed. Yes. Hector's the Devil Forge Master. He's currently the slave of vampires because terrible writing. Yes. But, he was the main character of Castlevania Curse of Darkness, and it's a damn good game. he summons devils in order to fight monsters, and yeah, I mean, it was a solid game, and I took the main character and shat all over him. The scenes with the vampires talking about how they're going to set up a feeding corridor and stuff is just boring as well. And so you have boring mixed with tearing down an otherwise good character. I mean, you had... Okay, so Hector's backstory in the game is that he decided he was going to... he was not going to serve... Dracula anymore. He abandoned Dracula and allowed Trevor to kill him. At which point, Hector settled down with a witch named Rosalie. Now, Rosalie was killed by Isaac because Isaac was still loyal to Dracula. At which point, after Dracula died, Hector swore vengeance on Isaac and started a crusade to hunt him. And that was the whole point of Castlevania Curse of Darkness was Hector's quest for revenge against Isaac. Eventually, Isaac's sister, oddly enough, helps him defeat Isaac, who, you know, had gone completely nuts after Dracula died. And they end up settling down together, oddly enough, after that's done. It's a weird conclusion. I don't necessarily agree with it 100% because, like, I just killed your brother. Let's settle down together. What? Yeah, that's kind of weird. So, we're going to really quick save here. We're going to reload. We have to do a save load really quick. Then go back in. Yes. You can see everything is right. This is our home now. We're here. We're here at home, finally. So many alchemy ingredients, so many things that need to be repaired. Our Khajiit that lets us make alchemy. Yes. Very good, very good. We did it! This only took forever. No, they showed Dracula briefly in Season 3, but he's in hell. And it's an interesting setup there. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Now we got all our alchemy ingredient tables here. Different clothing setups there. We'll deal with most of this a little later on. I'm gonna save it under home. Gonna say, oh, this has been a while there. We are home. Yes, we'll save it there. In fact, make the screenshot exactly the same as it was the last time because that is absolutely the way to save it. So we are home. There we go.